Hey everyone, Pastor George here with our Tuesday Theolog, and I decided to wear my special shirt just for this one that you guys got me for Pastor Appreciation last year, because this Sunday is True Reformation Sunday, and I just wanted to use this Theolog to remind you like what it is, why I instituted it, and that it's supposed to be fun and informative, and most importantly, a worshipful experience. So. Uh, True Reformation Sunday is trademark pending, is a Sunday that I created, right? Because we have all these Sundays for different things all around all the time, celebrate different things or whatever. And we have Reformation Sunday in October, which, we don't mark. But lots of other churches do, and it's done to correlate with Martin Luther's posting of the 95 Theses. However, in my own life growing up and seeing, the state of the church that it's in right now, a lot of people don't even know like what makes different groups of Protestants different from one another, right? It's usually kind of they're all Protestant. But and there's a point to that. Like there is a similarity between all of them, but part of it is also that there's important differences, and like this is important for us understanding our own tradition and where we come from and where we find ourselves in the story of Christian history, because if you can't really find yourself in it, then you run the risk of not really understanding what came before, and also that you think that Christianity is just a modern thing, right? That it's just relevant now and it wasn't relevant in the past, and that's wrong. And so, True Reformation Sunday takes place on the second Sunday of Lent because that is when the Zurich Reformation started, which is the beginning of the Reformed branch of Protestantism, which is where Presbyterians and Dutch Reformed and Swiss Reformed and all these other types of Reformed churches come from, because that is, our intellectual seed starts with that, with Ulrich Zwingli there. And so this year we're going to be talking about John Calvin as we go into our service on Sunday. But it's important to remember like why we do certain things. So for those who don't know, for True Reformation Sunday, what I do is I remove things out of the sanctuary, because that was one of the things that the early Reform movement did, is they said if it's not in the Bible, then we shouldn't be engaging with it, right? I think that's a little bit overboard. But for the time, may be appropriate. But they removed everything, right? So you're not going to see paraments, you're not going to see candles, you're not going to see flags. You're going to see basically anything that is easy enough for me to move, that is kind of an accoutrement to the service and isn't necessary. I am going to take it and move it out, right? So, it's not like we're going literally back to 1500, right? We're going to have projector, we're gonna have bulletins, you can use your hymnals for one of the songs or whatever. But the idea is that we're going to worship like our spiritual ancestors did, which is a cappella, so without any sort of musical accompaniment, and singing psalms that are either from the Bible directly, right? Like singing a cappella psalms or songs that are taken based on those things, right out of the Bible, because that is what they did. And this is done in order to remind ourselves that all of these other things that are a part of our worship life, which might be great, right? And many of them are, but are not necessary, right? That worship is something that is simple and is beautiful in its simplicity. And that is what we do, right? And we remind ourselves that doing this, right, it doesn't mean that the church has stayed the same forever, right? We have a phrase called reformed and always reforming. And so we have to continually change and adapt, not our core convictions, but maybe the ways that we express them, or in order to fit certain time periods and regions through different modes of worship, but never to forget kind of those truths that are at their core. So we're going to be sending out a playlist at some point this week with the songs, so you guys can familiarize yourselves with them. But I'm really looking forward to it, and I hope you are all looking forward to it as well. I know that some other pastors have started watching this YouTube channel, so if you want to implement True Reformation Sunday, yeah, go for it. I've had a lot of fun doing it. People might complain, but you don't have to listen to them. All right, have a wonderful rest of your Tuesday, everyone, and I will see you guys tomorrow for our Bible study recap. Peace out.